Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel, and today I'm here for a versus video, and I know I haven't done this kind of video since late March of this year. I just don't really have much interest for these kind of videos anymore, or I just didn't really know which two albums to put against each other, but I finally figured that out. So yeah guys, the albums I'm going to be putting against each other in this video are going to be Death Magnetic by Metallica and Endgame by Megadeth. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty interesting topic here today with both of these albums. So yeah guys, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so this came out in 2008 and this came out in 2009. So of course we'll talk about Death Magnetic first, and then after that we'll talk about Endgame by Megadeth, and then after both albums I'll pick a winner, of course, as usual. So yeah, but for all this time, let's go and get started with this video. Alright, so Death Magnetic by Metallica. It's kind of a album that may seem like a really short album because it's only got 10 tracks, but believe me guys, it's not a short album by any means. It's really long, if not their longest album, or one of their longest albums. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get ready to these pop-ups here guys. I'm sorry about that, it's just happens every time with laptops. But, yeah. As I was saying though, this has 10 tracks, very long album, and you got songs like Broken, Beat and Scarred, The Day That Never Comes, All Nightmare Long, Cyanide, The Unforgiven 3, The Judas Kiss, My Apocalypse, and some others. So yeah, to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of The Unforgiven 3. I think it's the weakest and worst out of the Unforgiven trilogy, but that's just me. I mean, the song, it should have never even been made. They should have just stuck with the first two Unforgivens and that only, if you guys know what I mean, because I'm not a big fan of the Unforgiven 3. Yes, it may be the longest of the three, but it's the weakest and worst of the three. I'm not saying it's a terrible song, I just can't get behind this song, to be honest. So, yeah, my favorite on the album is probably the Judas Kiss. I really like that song. Many people probably won't like it because it's like 8 minutes or whatever, but I don't care because I like that song, but I still respect your opinion though. If you don't like the Judas Kiss from Metallica, I think it's a good song though. But yeah, Unforgiven 3, I just cannot get into that fucking song at all. If you guys can, then I respect your opinion, of course, again. Because we all don't have to agree on that, if we like that song or not, of course. But yeah, Cyanide is another good song from this album. Pretty good as well. I wouldn't say it's their best song ever or anything, of course, but it still is good though. Broken, Beat and Scarred, good song there. The Day That Never Comes, that's a pretty decent song. It's not my favorite on the album, but it still is good. So yeah, Death Magnetic. Another thing about it though is that it has some really bland and terrible production, but overall, I think it was a pretty good style for Metallica to come back and try their thrash metal stuff after of not really doing it since like the 80s, because their 90s stuff was very mainstream, especially albums like the Black Album and Load and Reload, and don't even get me started on Saint Anger, because Saint Anger is easily their worst fucking album. I don't care what anyone says, it's a trash fest, Saint Anger is, and if you hate me for that, then that's totally fine. But yeah, Saint Anger is trash, don't get me started on that. It's easily their worst album, but this album isn't even all that good either, but it's still a decent album here. It's not their worst album. Death Magnetic, of course, like I'm saying, Saint Anger is by a landslide, but yeah, the production on this album is very terrible, but it still is a pretty decent album for what it was. Could have been better, of course, but it still is decent, so that's all I'm going to say about Death Magnetic by Metallica. And yes, this is the Digipack version, which is pretty cool, so I can go ahead and show you guys the disc and all that. So yep, here's the disc, y'all, for Death Magnetic. I'm sorry about that damn light, guys. Very glary when it comes to these types of videos, so you guys may not be able to see the disc all that good. Here we go. So that's the disc and all that, so it's pretty cool. Of course, you got the little booklet here. so that's pretty cool. So yeah, Death Magnetic by Metallica. Still a good album though. Could have been a lot better though. That's just my complaint with it. And of course, up next, the album I put against Death Magnetic is Endgame by Megadeth. This is a digipack version or whatever. It's the 2019 remaster. So here's the disc. Of course, the Vic Rattlehead there. And of course, inside it comes with this booklet here. Hoping y'all, this booklet, pretty cool stuff there. And of course, this is from the year 2009. I think this is their best album of the 2000s. Some people would probably disagree with that, but it's all good though. It's cool. I respect your opinion. Of course, as long as you respect mine, because there's a lot of people on this platform that just can't respect opinions. Not saying everyone's like that, of course, but some people. But yeah, you got songs like Dialectic Chaos, This Day We Fight, 44 Minutes, 1320, the title track Endgame, Head Crusher, The Right to Go Insane, and you also have the bonus track Washington is Next live, so a live version of Washington is Next, which Washington is Next is from their 2007 album United Abominations, if I'm correct on that. Be sure to let me know, guys, in the comments down below. But yeah, Endgame though, very strong album. Yes, it's not their best album, but it still is a very, very strong album. And I just feel like this is kind of one of their albums where they came back swinging after some albums that I just thought were just average at best, to be honest. United Abominations was good. The System Has Failed. A lot of people really liked that album, but I just couldn't get behind some of the songs on it. So that's why I'm saying I think this is their best album of the 2000s era, if I had to be honest here. But yeah, those other albums from the 2000s aren't necessarily bad. I think they're good, but I think this one's the best of that era, like I'm saying. And I just feel like this is a true return to their heavy stuff. That may not make any sense to you guys, but I don't know how to word it. But yeah, this is still a very good album. They just came back swinging really with heavy music again. That's just my interpretation of their 2000s materials. But yeah, Endgame though, fantastic album, very strong, very good, lots of good stuff on it. It may not be as good as like classic albums like Rust in Peace or even Peace Sells But Who's Buying, but it still is a good album though. It is my top 5 of Megadeth's discography. So if you guys never saw my Megadeth ranking, check it out on my Dean Langley channel. I'll try to find it and link it in the description of this video here once I go to upload it. But yeah, Megadeth, they just put out a really solid album in 2009, this album Endgame. And I really liked the album cover as well. Pretty dope, really awesome. So yeah, Endgame. My favorite song on the album is probably going to have to be 44 Minutes. Such a really underrated song. At least to me it's underrated. I really like this song though, it's really good. Also didn't mind the song, what's another song on there I didn't mind? The song Bodies was really good. No, we're not talking about Drowning Pool's Bodies, because Drowning Pool's Bodies and Megadeth's song Bodies are 2 different songs. Yes, they have the same song name, but they're 2 different songs, guys, believe me on that. But yeah, Bodies is another underrated song from Megadeth, really good there, really enjoyed that one. 1320, of course, I love that one, it's another good song on this album. So yeah guys, I really don't know what else to say about this album, but I did go and review it on the channel. So if you guys want a full and depth review of this album, then just go and check out the review that I uploaded for this. I can also link that in the description of this video if you guys want, or an end screen or something. Whatever fits you guys better, just let me know. So yeah guys, with that being said, that's it for me talking about Endgame by Megadeth. So yeah guys, it's time to pick a winner between these 2 albums though. Either Death Magnetic by Metallica or Endgame by Megadeth. So yeah guys, this is easy. The winner, of course, is Endgame by Megadeth. Why? Because I just think Death Magnetic is not one of the best albums of the 2000s. There's way better metal albums of the 2000s. So yeah, of course, Megadeth and their album Endgame is the winner, and another reason why Endgame beats Death Magnetic by a landslide is because Death Magnetic has very, very bland production, and at least Endgame has really, really good production. So there's a lot of reasons why Endgame is the winner here, to be honest. So yeah, guys, I'm glad I can give you guys a longer versus video this time, because usually my versus videos are really short. But I just had a little bit to say about these albums and all that. So yeah, guys, thank you all for tuning in, and most importantly, let me know which album wins for you guys between Death Magnetic by Metallica and Endgame by Megadeth. Of course, my winner, Endgame by Megadeth. So yeah, guys, thank you all for tuning in to this versus video, and yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Y'all take care. See y'all in the next one. Peace.